back inside. We're doing something I want to do a long time. Sometimes I grab onto something and it's like an onion, peeling back the layer of onions. I found out so much information on bone broth.
Really?
Now, there's some things that are kind of faddish and so on and so forth, but not just bone broth. Make sure this is grass-fed, pasture-raised, and there's no hormones, no anything in there. And listen to all the benefits that I'm going to tell you that this has. In a minute, we're going to actually talk about how to make bone broth. Now, what's one of the side benefits of butchering your own calf?
You got a lot of bones.
Got a lot of bones. And in that is marrow. Now, back in the day, they used to take buffalo. And one of the delicacies of the buffalo, some people would kill them. It was horrible what they did to those things. But they would just take some of the marrow out of the marrow bones or the tongue.
Okay.
And probably the loins. And that was it. Sometimes they'd take their hide. I mean, if they were, it was just horrible how they almost decimated that population. So parts and pieces, typically things that you would think about discarding, may be some of the most healthy things you could possibly do for your body. Back in the old days, nobody wasted anything.
That's like my grandfather, everything. He used it all.
Exactly.
Used it all.
Raoul, my inspiration for cooking. You know, when I brought a trout, huge trout in one time, and I was just going to fillet it, and boy, did he get on me. No, he took the head.
Right.
He took the tail. He took everything, and he
turned it into something.
He boiled that broth down and skimmed all that stuff off. The man was amazing. Today, we have some organic carrots. We're going to leave the hides on.
I like that.
This is going to go.
It's easier.
This is going to go with our broth. We got celery, organic celery, and we got onion. We can leave all this because we're going to strain that when it comes out. Now, what are some advantages to grass-fed beef? Listen to this. Here's the top 10. Now tonight, I'm going to go on a couple sites that I would recommend you go take a look at. One of them is called eatwild.com. Talking to my buddy Cliff the other day, and he says, take a look at this. Fascinating. So you think about grass-fed beef versus getting something where you have no idea, you know, what it's been fed. That's important.
Right, that's important.
Or what antibiotics or what it's been given. Right, it says here, score 10 for grass-fed beef. It's lower in total fat. It's not all about a taste thing or texture. It's higher in beta-carotene, higher in vitamin E, higher in the B vitamins. It's higher in the minerals calcium, magnesium, and potassium. So the things that we need at this age. When you get 29 like we are,
28 for me.
You need stuff.
Exactly. I'm a little younger.
If you're 28, then I'm 27.
You think? I might be 26.
Oh, whatever. Then it's higher in total omega-3s. Omega-3s are vitally important.
Really?
A healthy ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids. Higher in CLA, which is a potential cancer fighter. We're going to talk about that more in just a little bit. And this goes on and on. But here's number 10. Lower in the saturated fats linked with heart disease. Now let's talk about an animal being out doing its natural thing as opposed to in an enclosed environment. Listen about eggs. Now when we go gather eggs, when chickens are housed indoors and deprived of greens, their meat and eggs also become artificially low in omega-3s. Now again, heart healthy, cancer fighting. Eggs from pastured hens contain as much as 10 times the omega-3s than eggs from factory hens.
We got lots of eggs.
How about that? It's estimated that only 40% of Americans consume an adequate supply of omega-3 fatty acids.
Really?
Only 40%. 20% have blood levels so low that they can't be detected.
Really?
So switching to the meat, milk, and dairy products of grass-fed animals is one way to restore this vital nutrient to your diet.
Well, we're doing that.
We're doing that.
That's right.
Now, does that mean I won't grab a bag of Grippo potato chips?
Yeah, right.
And eat every one of them every now and then?
You can't help yourself.
I can't help it.
I know those are
There's
good.
certain
Those are good.
things that you just...
Yeah.
Does that mean, while I'm doing all this research,
Well, have some beef broth with your chips.
health benefits of grass-fed products, while I'm reading that, what if I ate a Reese cup or 3? I just might.
And then drink some broth. No?
Oh,
I have an
speaking
egg.
of that, it's a cleansing agent.
Okay.
So, everything in moderation.
Right.
But we try not to eat too much sweets, but
We like our sweets.
after we show you all this healthy stuff tonight, we're going to have something sweet.
Yeah.
And in a moderate amount. And the thing is, we just try not to overdo it.
That's
Although, if you had your apple cake, I would eat.
I know, you would eat it
probably-
all.
I would probably eat all of it. All right, let's talk about actually making this stuff. There's only a couple ingredients. Now, we're not going to put salt and pepper in this.
Really? Okay.
The first thing you have to do, Mrs. Farmer, if you want, is we're going to take these bones and we're going to put them on a tray. And we don't have to do that yet. We're going to take these and put them in a tray, put them in the oven on a cookie tray at about 375, 400 degrees for almost an hour for big bones like this. You want to toast this. It tastes much better if you leave it in there and toast it. That will darken up, and it's kind of like browning your meat when you're cooking it. If you didn't do that and you cooked it just in your water, you might have a little bit of a bitter taste. It's not going to taste. It's not going to have that roasted taste that you would normally have. We're going to take some carrots. Guess what? We don't have to peel them.
I like that.
All those nutrients.
Yeah, don't have to peel anything.
We're going to cut
you don't
those.
Have to peel that either. Just throw it in. I like it.
We're going to do that. And celery. If we had more leaves, we'd use them.
My kind of cooking.
There's nothing to it. And this is a good lazy way to cook. Now, if you look back behind us, you'll see a crock pot bubbling away. Now, the thing about this is that's been bubbling away for 36 hours. You can go 48. What you want to do is get everything out that you can. Here's the catalyst, vinegar.
Really? Vinegar does everything, doesn't it?
Before I get ahead of myself, you can do this with lamb bones.
Oh, really?
Chicken bones.
My mom always did that with the chicken bones.
Did.
Always. She still cooks with that.
Don't waste anything. Can you go to your butcher and say, hey, I want some bones? Yep. I guarantee you. Now, I got these at pasture, and I know that these are grass-fed.
Cliff helped you out, made sure
I
you get
know
your
where
bags.
they came from. This is about the right amount.
Right.
And if you want to buy those, I think they're like $3 a pound. But when you really look at it, you say, well, you're not even going to eat it. But you get this massive quantity. I'm going to start taking that daily.
Really?
For my joints.
Maybe I should
my
too.
Knees.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do an experiment and see if that works. But when I tell you the health benefits of this, after we do this, you're going to want to try this.
And it smells amazing.
It
smells really good.
Our house has smelled good, really.
Yes.
Except for that short amount of time we lost electricity last night.
That wasn't good. But it came right back.
But it came right back.
Yeah.
So anyway, my mouth is water, just smell all this stuff. So simple, nothing to it. All right, Mrs. Farmer, if you will, grab that tray that we've already put in the oven, and we'll see what it looks like after about an hour on 375. Okay, Mrs. Farmer, while you're getting the bones out of the oven, I Wikipedia Grippos.
Did you?
In 1919, Angelo Grippo began manufacturing rolled sugar cones. He later added traditional hand-twisted pretzels, which he sold for 1 penny at retailers throughout Greater Cincinnati in 1923. Then by 1959, here came the barbecue potato chips. And I have to specify, I like all their stuff, but it's the barbecue potato chips.
Remember you gave those to Natalie and she's like, what are these?
She's never had them before.
We need to take her to the
Cincinnati, Ohio.
We need to go.
Might need to go visit them. That's cool.
That is neat.
Okay, back to what we're doing. Okay, we have our bones right here. Now look how different they look. You see that exterior is kind of brown.
It actually smells good.
There's a little bit of meat on there.
Yeah,
that's just fine. You can see the marrow itself is browned up. That's what you want to see. And that smells really good.
Yes, it does.
Now, we are preparing this in a stock pot, which you can do too. Now, we did this, we got a big slow cooker.
Right, just let it go.
We want to show you the various ways you can do this. You can do this on your stove top. Basically put it on a low simmer and just let it go, walk away.
Yeah.
There's one thing that happens through this process. If you see a lot of fat that comes up to the top, just scoop that off. Get that out of the way. We don't want a bunch of fat.
Right.
But we need gelatin in our body, in our gut. We need them in our joints. And when this starts to firm up, it becomes gelatinous.
How'd you get so smart?
You know what? Once I started looking at this process and talking to Cliff about this whole process, I got really, really interested in it. And it was, like I said, peeling the layer back.
Right.
It's so good for you. Now, not to be Tim the science guy, but I'm gonna give you some details on.
You've been digging.
I've been digging. All right, Mrs. Farmer, if you would like, go ahead and plop those in there if they're not too hot to handle. Now we're going to do everything right on this. This is filtered water. We want this to be super healthy so we can detox after we've eaten all our bad stuff.
Okay.
So simple. We're just going to cut the ends off these.
Right.
Of course, any bad parts take off, but leave.
Cut the ends off the
This is for flavor.
Okay.
And nutrients.
So we don't want
leave
that.
the skins on.
So just
everything
cut it.
else.
How big?
Oh, you know, about like that. And if you see your water coming down below your bones, just add a little bit more water. This is so simple. It's almost ridiculous.
Same with the celery?
Same with the celery.
All this?
A couple handfuls. I'd say that's good right there. Plop that in, and this is all for taste. And if you want to put an onion in there,
how much onion? About half of it?
I'd say about half of that big onion.
And don't skin it, you said?
You can take that base off and maybe peel a layer or two back. But the thing is, we're gonna scoop this water out, and we're gonna ladle the water out and strain it through cheesecloth directly into a quart jar. Now, if you wanted to put it in Tupperware and freeze it, you can do that too. Now it'll stay, you can keep it in the refrigerator for, a week.
That's it.
Of course, we're going to use it. Now, if you freeze it, obviously it's going to last for several months. The last thing we got to do, for that much, I mean, those are some big old bones. We want to make sure that, and this is the Bragg's raw unfiltered cider
You like
vinegar.
the organic,
They say that
like
that's good for you. I take a little bit of that every day too when I think about it. I'm going to put, I don't know, 3 tablespoons in there. You said it's about 3,
Yeah,
3.5 tablespoons.
perfect.
And then you get that up to a slow boil, then you back off and just simmer it.
Okay.
You get
The onions are getting me.
onion eyes.
I'm crying because I'm so happy.
All right, now go ahead and set that on the stove, if you will, Mrs.
Okay.
Farmer.
That smells
that.
amazing.
Now, again, I have many times gone ahead and gotten the fat off the top of it. And what I'm going to do a little bit at a time is we're going to just strain this out so there's nothing, no parts and pieces. It'll be a fairly clear liquid that we have. Does this remind you of rendering lard?
Yeah, it does. Have you tasted this yet? It smells amazing.
It smells like a wonderful roast sort of thing.
So you can make noodles with this, put it with your
yeah.
roast.
Yeah, it's not just for, you know, just for taking a couple tablespoons
to cook with.
medicinally, but yeah, you can cook with it. I'm going to actually take it and warm it up and have, you know, half a cup a day.
See, I drink this at night like soup. I would have a little bowl of soup.
You love stuff like this.
I do.
And once we pour this, you're going to see the fat come to the top. Once that cools down, just take that right off the top.
So you don't want the fat.
You don't want the fat. And you can see that already.
So we store this in the fridge?
Store in the fridge. All right, now when you're done, your bones are going to have a different consistency to them. I'm not going to take them out, but
Yeah.
they're almost become brittle and break.
Okay.
You've taken everything out that you can possibly take. Now let's talk about the fact that we need more calcium, magnesium, and potassium when we get older. All right, now listen to this. This is from Dr. Axe, DRAXE.com. Food is medicine. Bone broth benefits. I've found bone broth to be the #1 thing you can consume to treat leaky gut syndrome. Well, nobody wants their gut leaking.
No, I don't want a leaky gut.
Overcome food intolerances and allergies.
Really?
Wow. Improve joint health.
We need that.
Reduce cellulite. Boost immune system. And it says here that there's a reason that it's prescribed by doctors and mothers alike when you're feeling under the weather. All bone broths, beef, chicken, fish, lamb, and more, are staples in the traditional diets of every culture and the basis of all fine cuisine.
Really?
We know that. They're nutrient dense, easy to digest, rich in flavor, and boost healing. Now, the simmering of the bones and the ligaments, which we have in here, the knuckles and all that, release healing compounds like collagen, proline, glycine, glutamine that actually have the power to transform your health.
Really?
Is that not cool?
So we're gonna be
That
super
something
healthy.
like this, with your omega-3s and all the things that protects your joints as we get older, it's good for your bones, skin, cartilage, ligaments, tendons. The average person in today's world is exposed to so many environmental toxins, pesticides, artificial ingredients, and chemicals of all sorts. While the human body has its own means of detoxifying, this is a great way, since it helps the digestive system expel waste and promotes the liver's ability to remove toxins, boosts metabolism.
I like that.
It's good for Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, and acid reflux.
It's about everything. It covers it
Wow.
all.
And we have done our duty and showed you something healthy. So now let's fix something really sweet.
Hey, it's got fruit
Because
in
we can
it.
detox.
Oh, it's got fruit.
This is an
Okay.
old family recipe.
Okay.
It's fairly easy to make. We went out the other day and we use what's around. Now, I've been fighting with the squirrels
Yes, you have.
and the yellow-shafted flickers. People
Okay.
used to call them sapsuckers. They get up there and they peck one hole in it and they ruin it and they
Or
drop it.
pears.
Then they'll get down and eat on it and the squirrels will run up and take it. I swear we're lucky to get any pears at all because it's just a constant
Right.
barrage of squirrels.
You gotta have dessert.
You got to. Then we'll detox.
Yeah, that's right.
But you know what? We're going to do something here that tastes very good. We had berries and pears.
Right.
So we're going to take and make a little cobbler with a little ginger zing in it.
With the berries we found in the field and the.
It's the Pearberry Express.
Exactly.
Because you can make it rather quickly. Let's clean this up.
Okay.
Isn't that pretty?
That is
Look,
pretty.
It looks like honey.
It does.
So we're going to set this out of the way. We'll do the rest of the stuff later, but man, oh man.
Yum.
Just a little dessert, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we got some berries and we got
That's
some
right.
pears.
That's
This
right.
is Pearberry Express.
That's right. Exactly.
This is easy.
Yes, it is easy.
There's nothing to it. How do you do it?
Well, a lot of people do peach cobbler like this, and that's They just do the flour, the sugar, and you have the juice from the peaches in a can. But we're getting fresh stuff from out in the yard. So I went ahead and we have probably, I think it's about 6 ounces maybe of berries, would you say here?
That sounds about right.
Do that, and I'm gonna cut up.
A lot of berries this year.
Yes.
But everything ate them up pretty
Yeah,
quick.
let's put some pears in here too this time. Just a little couple pieces of pear. And I left the skin on, because when you eat pears, think about it, you would just eat the whole thing.
That's true.
You like it, the skin's a good part.
And that's probably the healthiest part of it.
Right, this is just right out of the yard.
All those smell good.
Go ahead and pour like about a half a cup of the L8.
In here?
Yeah, that ginger taste is good in that. Let's kind of let that, because think about it, when you have peaches in a can, you have that little bit of syrup, so we're going to kind of just make up our own here with this L8.
All right.
All right, so I just used, what was that, just two pears. And now we're going to take, I took half cup flour,
Okay.
your basic ingredients, probably everybody does the same thing, half cup sugar,
All right.
that's it, and our mixture.
That's it, huh?
Yeah. Go ahead
That's
and-
it?
That's it.
That's the reason we call it the Pearberry Express.
That's right.
Then preheat your oven to 350.
350,
What's
and we're
that
going to
over
cook
there?
that. We're going to give it a half hour and see how it looks, and we might even make a little icing for the top of this.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
So there, quick and easy dessert, and it's healthy because it's fruit. It's fruit from the yard.
That's what it is.
Yeah. All right.
You know what? I like the chunks.
It smells good, doesn't it?
It smells good. Now you're gonna make a little drizzle to put on top.
Let's make it. That was your idea. I like your. You always have good ideas. Why don't you go ahead and pour a little L8
just
in
tell
there
me
for
when
me?
to stop.
L8, not much though, because when you use powdered sugar like this, it doesn't take very much to make it into icing. Go ahead and give us a little of that vanilla.
Vanilla?
Yeah.
Too
That's
much?
perfect. That'll be fine. We do whatever we want. All right. So there's our icing. What do you think?
Yum.
Let's just drizzle some of that on there. Makes it just taste a little bit better. What do you think? Lots?
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, you may as well just do it.
Do it good? And I say we just eat right out of the bowl together. What do you think?
That's the Pearberry Express. Let's call it the Ginger Pearberry Express.
All right, I like that.
That's nice
little
and
icing.
gooey. Look at the heat coming out of there. The hot,
That's good.
it's burning mouth.
We could use some ice cream with that. Got me a berry. Just a good, sweet, easy dessert.
What's unique with the pear and the berries? You kind of don't expect it, but they blend well.
They really
It's
do. It's
unusual,
good.
but I like it.
I like the crunchy fruits in that. Really good.
You want to go back to the boat?
Yeah, I do.
Let's go.
Okay.